So, we have a giant lineup for December. I'm gonna be honest, I was not super prepared for this. I'm freaking out a bit, not gonna lie. I'm extremely worried about Tsum Malleus and having enough for Malleus' birthday. If I don't get Tsum Malleus, I'm gonna put on the best talent show this town has ever seen. We have a load of meta changes this month. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, I make multiple tier lists since I think having only one is not comprehensive at all, and it isn't super useful when it comes to exams. I rank every card on how well they fit my criteria and base my exams tier lists on that. This is how I rank the cards, and keep in mind some of these rankings are rarity specific since Magic 3 is a whole thing. S-rank cards are mono element cards with advantages that are ready to go right off the bat. A-rank cards have the potential to be mono element units, but you need to build them a little first. B-rank cards have one element advantage over the enemy, but for their other spell it's either the same spell as the enemy or void, there's no disadvantage. C-rank cards are one of the following, same as enemy void, enemy void, or advantage disadvantage but the spell 3 is viable. D-rank cards have one element disadvantage as a default and then either the same element as enemies or void. But their spell 3 is viable, so these cards can be built to do exams, but they're gonna need work. F-rank cards have advantage disadvantage and there's no spell 3 to make them more viable. X-rank cards have the same spell type as the enemy and then a disadvantage. These are cards I really don't recommend bringing into exams under any circumstance, but they may be your only option if you're just starting out. So I figured I'd include them, although I don't think you should bring them into battle. I don't include D through X ranking cards in my tier lists, but I do talk about rankings in my card analysis segments, so I want you to know what D through X mean. To start, here's what hasn't changed since last month. Flora HP, highest HP SRs, highest attack SRs, and highest HP rares. That's it. Everything else has changed. For Flora attack, Tsum Idia comes in at number 3, knocking everyone else down. In Fire HP, Malleus enters the tier list at rank 7. For Fire attack, Vil comes in at number 9. Also, I accidentally forgot Sebi last month, so Evernight Armor Sebek was supposed to be 9. And now he's 10. Oops. For Water HP, Tsum Malleus comes in again at rank 7. For Water attack, we have 2 units entering the list. Tsum Idia comes in at number 3, knocking a load of people down, and Tsum Vil enters at 10, hilariously knocking Dorm Rook off the list. When it comes to the highest HP, Tsum Malleus is now number 10. For attack, Tsum Idia has the 5th highest attack stat in the game. And finally, both Tsum Ace and Jamil come into the top attack rares tier list at 2 and 3 respectively. Let's go over this month's schedule. Early December has Birthday Bloom Rook and Club War Leona, and mid-December has Twisted Tsumderland as well as Birthday Bloom Idia. Rook is an SSR defense unit. His max HP is 14,264 and his max attack is 5,051. Rook's stats are pretty solid. His HP is way above the all cards and SSR averages. His attack is under average, but I want to point out that it's just barely under the all cards average, so it's not like it's the worst thing ever. Like, it's not that bad. His spell 1 is Flame Blast, his spell 2 is Leaf Shot 2 and later Force Strike 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a B for Flora exams, D for Fire, and C for Water. When it comes to spells, Rook is okay for exams. Like, he's fine, but I think his true strength, if you want to use him for exams, is his skills, not his spells. For skills, he's got Resistance, Curse, and Damage Boost. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor resistance to caster for 1 turn. At level 5, it's for 3 turns, and at level 10, it maxes out at Modest for 3 turns. On spell 3, he starts off with a Modest Curse on foe for 2 turns. At level 5, it's Major, and at level 10, he gains a minor damage boost to caster for 1 turn. Like I said, I think that Resistance and Curse make him a lot more useful in exams than you would initially think. His duo match partner is Leona with a minor power boost. His other buddies are Floyd with a modest HP boost, and Azul who gives him a minor HP boost. In order to groovy Rook, you'll need to get him to power level 40, Avidian at level 3. Grooving will cost 5 Huntsman Candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening Perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 380,000 Thalmarks. Spell 1 needs these in red items, Spell 2 needs green, and Spell 3 will need gray items. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thalmarks. So when it comes to alternative options to this Rook, there's some pretty solid matches. My recommendations are Birthday Boy Kaleem as the spell match option, Birthday Bloom Ordo as the skill match option, Applehom Sebek for the SR option, and Tsumsitter Wonderland Sebek for the budget R option. This could be my bias, obviously, but I like this Rook. He's got some very handy skills. Curse isn't that common, but Resistance is rarer. If you need a unit with that skill, then you might as well pull for Rook or look at other options. Unfortunately, while Resistance is not an SSR exclusive skill, no rares at the moment have it, and that includes JP, literally just no one has it. So if you need it, you're gonna need an SR or SSR. But yeah, overall, this Rook is a solid unit. Leona is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 10,326, and his max attack is 6,781. Leona's stats are alright. His HP is around the all cards average and is just under the SSR average, but his attack is above both those categories. Okay, so before we move into the actual meat of this section, I want to quickly go over furniture. I never know where to put this section, so I figure, you know what, we might as well just go ahead and do it immediately. If you're new to the club cards, they don't have vignettes. Instead, they have furniture. We are all booing, but I digress. At vignette level 1, you get the recipe for Leona's sports bag. Level 2 is a frame, and level 3 is Leona's training set. Again, I have no idea what that looks like. I don't have this card on JP, so I don't know. His spell 1 is Flame Blast, his spell 2 is Water Shot 2 and later Aqua Wave 2 after some building, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a C for floor exams, B for fire, and D for water. So like Bloom Rook, I think this Leona is a bit better than his rankings let on. While yeah, he's not a mono unit, which are generally speaking better for exams, Leona's skills are extremely useful for floor exams. For skills, he's got Fire Boost and Damage Boost. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor Fire Boost to allies for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, it maxes out at major. On spell 3, he starts off with a minor damage boost to caster for 1 turn. At level 5, it's for 3 turns, and at level 10, it's a modest damage boost to caster for 3 turns. His dual magic partner is Apple, who gives him a minor power boost. His other buddies are Ruggie with a modest HP boost, and Silver with a minor HP boost. Alright, so building. In order to groovy Leona, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving will cost 5 lion candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfumes, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 Thalmarks. Spell 1 needs these in red items, Spell 2 needs blue, and Spell 3 will need gray items. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thalmarks. Let's move on to alternative units. Fire Boost isn't a thing with our cards, so if you want it, although you have options, it's going to be restricted to SRs and SSRs. That being said though, it's not like there's no options in case you either don't get this Leona, or you decide not to pull for him. And also no one has this exact skill lineup, so there's no skill match option. My recommendations are Birthday Jacket Floyd as the spell match option, Halloween Vil is the other spell match option, Masquerade Deuce as the SR budget option, and Halloween Ordo as the R budget option. And also, all of those cards except for Ordo that I've just listed, they all do have Fire Boost. Leona's Fire Boost is fantastic. I mean, obviously you guys can tell that I'm obsessed with the card period, but just that skill. I mean, you guys know that I like rare skills, but anyways, like I mentioned earlier, I think that'll give him a nice leg up in exams. It'll definitely give your team a nice little boost for floor exams. Overall, this Leona's a great attack unit. Idia is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 10,503, and his max attack is 6,665. So close. Oh wait, no, it would still be in there, because 6,600. Yay, we did it, gamers! Anyways, Idia's stats are solid, great even. Y'all know that I look at the all cards averages and then just SSRs, and Idia's stats are above all those averages except for one. His HP is below average for SSRs, but everything else is above average. That's really good. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave, his spell 2 is Fire Shot 2 and later Flame Blast 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I give this card a C for floor exams, B for fire, and D for water. So, the theme this month has been character skills bumping them up a bit when it comes to exams. Idia is the exact same way. For skills, he's got Water Boost, HP Restoration, and Damage Cut. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor water boost to allies for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, it maxes out at major. On spell 3, he starts off with nothing. Unfortunately, you have to build this to get anything. At level 5, he gains a minor HP restoration, which honestly I think that's worth it. And at level 10, he gets another skill, a minor damage cut to foe for 1 turn. His water boost is going to make him a lot more helpful in fire exams, so while he's technically a B by my harsh standards, I think he'll be way more useful than other B tier cards because of the water boost. His dual magic partner is Riddle with a modest HP boost. His other buddies are Rook with a minor HP boost, and Trey who gives him a minor power boost. Let's talk about building this Idia. In order to groove Idia, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving doesn't use any Thou marks, but it will cost 5 skull candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 380,000 Thou marks. Spell 1 needs these in blue items, Spell 2 needs red, and Spell 3 will need gray items. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thou marks. Again, while you may not need to uncap him fully, if we're being so real here, the only character that I have fully uncapped is Glorious Masquerade Malleus. I don't think anyone is surprised to hear that. So that could be, like, negotiable. However, I would say with this Idia, because he has healing on Spell 3 and he has other stuff on that, honestly, I think he is a good card to really invest in when it comes to items, so that's just my advice on that. I think he's absolutely worth it. Some characters, I feel like it's, it's like, But like, Idia, definitely I think he should be a card that you invest in if you do want to get him. So now that we have the card details out of the way, let's chat about alternates to this Idia. I would recommend Birthday Jacket Ordo as the spell match option, Dorm Uniform Kaleem as the skill match option, Halloween Ruggie as the SR budget option, and Masquerade Riddle as the R budget option. If you need a little oomph for your water exam team, Idia is going to be a great option. I think he'll be fantastic. Like, he's got the water boost, he has healing, his stats are great. Overall, this Idia is pretty dang good. Like, not gonna lie, I am kind of impressed. Ace is an R attack unit. His max HP is 5,537, and his max attack is 5,548. So like I said in the meta update section, Ace is one of the strongest rare cards in the game. His attack stat is far above the R average, and it's also a decent amount above the all cards average. His HP because of that is far below both averages. His spell 1 is Water Shot, and his spell 2 is Leash Shot 2. How useful is this card going to be for exams? Here's my rankings. For Flora, I give this card an X, F for Fire, and B for Water. Ace is honestly a very interesting unit because his Flora spell puts him in an extreme disadvantage for going against fire units, but like, his skill makes him a great card to have on teams going against fire units because he has a water boost. If you want to use him for that, I would be extremely careful with him. For skills, he's got water boost and damage boost. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a tiny water boost to allies for 1 turn. At level 5 it's minor, and that's it. It doesn't grow from there. Over on spell 2, he starts off with nothing. It's only at level 5 does he get a tiny damage boost to cast it for 1 turn. It doesn't change either. But honestly, no serious complaints here since he has that water boost. That makes up for the weird spell levels in my opinion. Ace doesn't have a vignette, but he does have a furniture item. To make his Tsum, you'll need 10 crystals, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small rose red crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. His only buddy is Jamil with a modest HP boost. So first things first, making this Ace permanent. You'll need to earn 9 heart gems. You can find these at 2-4, 5-2, 8-2, 10-4, 12-2, 13-1, 15-4, 16-3, and 18-1. And once those are all collected, he's in your card roster forever. In order to groovy Ace, you'll need to get him to power level 20 and vignette level 2. Grooving doesn't use many Thou marks, but it'll cost 1 groovy ticket. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 40 R awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 10 perfume, so the more copies you get from the event shop, you'll be using 10 less perfume. Now we got spells. To max out spell 1, you will need 237 magic tickets and 79,400 Thou marks. Spell 2 needs 336 magic tickets and 79,400 Thou marks. In total, that's going to cost 158,800 Thou marks. Jamil is an R attack unit. His max HP is 5,586 and his max attack is 5,502. Honestly, his stat situation is identical to Ace's. Attack is above average, impressively above average, but his HP is super low because of it. His spell 1 is Fire Shot and his spell 2 is Void Shot 2. Now let's talk viability in exams. I'd give this card a B for Flora exams, C for Fire, and X for Water. He'll be a nifty budget option for exams if you need them since he has healing. For skills, he's got HP Restoration. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor HP Restoration. At level 5 it's modest, and that's as far as it goes. He has nothing on spell 2. Jamil's special furniture item is his Tsum. It will need 10 wood, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small crimson crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. His only buddy is Ace with a modest HP boost. Like Ace, you need to make him permanent. Collect all 9 Cobra gems and he's yours forever. You can find those at 5-4, 7-3, 9-1, 11-3, 13-4, 14-2, 16-5, 17-3, and 19-5. In order to Groovy Jamil, you'll need to get him to power level 20 and vignette level 2. Grooving doesn't use many Thou marks, but it'll cost 1 Groovy ticket. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 40 Our Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 10 perfume. Like Ace, you can purchase extra copies of him in the event shop, so you don't necessarily need perfumes for him, it just depends on how you like to build characters. Now we got spells. To max out spell 1, you'll need 237 magic tickets and 79,400 Thou marks. Spell 2 needs 336 magic tickets and 79,400 Thou marks. In total, that's going to cost 158,800 Thou marks. Trey is an SR defense unit. His max HP is 10,841 and his max attack is 4,341. Trey's HP is super solid, being above average, but his attack, not so much. His spell 1 is Flame Blast and his spell 2 is Water Shot 2. How useful is this card going to be in exams? Here's my rankings. For floor exams, I'd give this card an F, B for Fire, and X for Water. For skills, he's got Power Drain twice. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a tiny power drain on foes for 1 turn. At level 5 it's minor, and that's it, it doesn't change at level 10. Over on spell 2, he only gains a minor power drain to foes for 1 turn at spell level 5, it also doesn't change at level 10. Trey has a special Tsum for you to build. It needs 10 crystals, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small rose red crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large to be built. His buddies are Jamil with a minor power boost, and Malleus who gives him a modest HP boost. In order to Groovy Trey, you'll need to get him to power level 30 and vignette level 2. Grooving will cost 3 clover candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 40 SR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 10 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 10 less perfume. Each spell needs 276 notepads, 253 textbooks, 31 grimoires, and 145,100 Thou marks. Spell 1 needs to use in red items, and spell 2 needs blue. In total, that's going to cost 290,200 Thou marks. Malleus is an SSR defense unit. His max HP is 15,460 and his max attack is 4,575. Malleus's HP is crazy, being way above the SR and all cards averages. His attack suffers because of that though, being below average in both of those categories. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave, his spell 2 is Void Shot 2 and later Zero Ray 2, and his spell 3 is Fire Shot 2. When it comes to exams, I'd give this card a D for floor exams, B for fire, and C for water. For skills, he's got HP Restoration, Nullify Freeze, and Power Boost. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor HP regeneration to caster for 3 turns. At level 5 it's modest, and that's as high as it goes. On spell 3, he starts off with a Nullify Freeze to caster for 1 turn. At level 5, it's Nullify Freeze for allies for 1 turn, and at level 10, he gets a minor Power Boost to caster for 1 turn. Once you pull Malleus, you can make his Tsum. It needs 10 wood, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small chartreuse crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. That phrase is hard to say. His duo magic partner is Trey with a minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Rook with a minor HP boost, and Apple who gives him a minor power boost. In order to Groovy Malleus, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving doesn't use any Thou marks, but it'll cost 5 dragon candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 318,000 Thou marks. Spell 1 needs to use some blue items, spell 2 needs gray, and spell 3 will need red items. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thou marks. So let's talk about alternatives to this Malleus. My recommendation would be Apple Boa Apple as the spell match option, Platinum Jacket Floyd as a sort of skill match option. Oh crap, he's not in the handshake. Well, when he comes out, Platinum Jacket Floyd will be a okay skill match option. Crap, I can't believe I forgot about that. Whoops. Anyway. Oh god, I can't believe that I didn't catch that before recording this. Oh my god. And okay, Apple. Yeah. I'd also recommend Labware Floyd as our SR budget option and Swimmer Azul as the R budget option. Malleus is a phenomenal defense unit. His HP is insane, he's a healer, and he has Nullify Freeze. Well, yeah, that last skill makes him a bit more specialized. Considering it's on spell 3, I don't think it's like boxing him in too much. He still has healing and a lot of HP to be a great healer / HP patter. Ruggie is an SR attack unit. His max HP is 6,926 and his max attack is 6,198. His attack stat is above both the all cards and SR averages. His HP is below both though. His spell 1 is Leash Shot, and his spell 2 is Leash Shot 2. Now, let's talk viability in exams. I'd give this card a C for Flora exams, S for Water, and I wouldn't even think about using him in Fire exams. For skills, he's got Damage Boost and Curse. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor damage boost to cast it for 1 turn. At level 5, it's Modest, and that's it for that skill. Over on spell 2, he starts off with nothing. On level 5, he gets a minor curse to foes for 2 turns. Ruggie has Assume as his furniture item, unsurprisingly. It needs 10 sticks, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small marigold crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. His buddies are Ace with a minor HP boost, and Idia who gives him a modest power boost. So building this Ruggie. In order to groovy him, you'll need to get him to power level 30 and vignette level 2. Grooving doesn't use many Thou marks, but it'll cost 3 hyena candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 40 SR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 10 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 10 less perfume. Now we got spells. Each spell individually needs 276 notepads, 253 textbooks, 31 grimoires, and 145,100 Thou marks. But because Ruggie's a mono flora unit, you're gonna need only green items, and a lot of them. In total, you're gonna need 552 notepads, 506 textbooks, and 62 grimoires. In total, that's gonna cost 290,200 Thou marks. Idia is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 8,586, and his max attack is 7,709. Idia's attack is far above average, while his HP is way below. His spell 1 is Forest Strike, his spell 2 is Void Shot 2 and later Zero Ray 2, and his spell 3 is Void Shot 2. How useful is this card going to be in exams? Here's my rankings. For Flora exams, I give this card a C, D for Fire, and B for Water. For skills, he's got Power Boost and Damage Boost. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a minor Power Boost to caster for 1 turn, at level 5 it's Modest, and at level 10 it maxes out at Major. On spell 3, he starts out with a minor damage boost to caster for 1 turn, at level 5 it's for 3 turns, and at level 10 it's Modest for 3 turns. Idia comes with a special Tsum furniture piece. Now, I don't have this card, so I don't have his Tsum, and don't know exactly what you'll need. Basing it off of the other Tsums, I'm extremely confident you'll need 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small ultramarine crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. You will need 1 more material outside of that, but that's the one I don't know anything about since it changes from Tsum to Tsum. His dual magic partner is Ruggie with a modest power boost. His other buddies are Sebek with a minor HP boost, and Jamil who gives him a modest HP boost. In order to groovy Idia, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving doesn't use many Thou marks, but it will cost 5 skull candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Now we got spells. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 380,000 Thou marks individually. Spell 1 needs these in green items, while spells 2 and 3 need gray items. And since they both need gray items, you'll need way more of those than green. To fully max out both void spells, you'll need 702 gray notepads, 506 textbooks, and 222 grimoires. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thou marks. So unfortunately, there's no spell match option for Idia possible. He's the only Flora Void unit we have as of July 2024 as I'm writing this main part. My suggestions for alternative units are Playful Dress Kaleem, Halloween Costume Riddle, Ceremonial Robes Kaleem, and Beans Camo Jamil. If you need a strong unit, this Idia is going to be a stellar option. He's strong, extremely so. While his skills aren't a whole lot to write home about, his strength is really his best attribute, honestly. Silver's an SR balance unit. His max HP is 9,391, and his max attack is 4,979. So Silver's stats are average, they're very close to the SR averages. Telling what's above or below is hard on my graph, so honestly, I'm not even gonna try. His spell 1 is Aqua Wave, and his spell 2 is Void Shot 2. Now let's talk viability in exams. I give this card an X for Flora exams, B for Fire, and C for Water. For skills, he's got Power Boost and Remove Debuffs. I don't remember how they phrase it, but he removes debuffs. On spell 1 at level 1, he has a modest Power Boost to cast it for 1 turn. That's all he has on spell 1. Over on spell 2, at level 5, he removes debuffs from allies. Silver also has Assume as a special furniture item. It needs 10 wood, 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small chartreuse crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large. His buddies are Vil with a minor power boost, and Malleus who gives him a minor HP boost. Alright, so let's talk about building, starting with the basics. In order to Groovy Silver, you'll need to get him to power level 30 and vignette level 2. Grooving doesn't use many Thou Marks, but it'll cost 3 sword candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 40 SR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 10 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 10 less perfume. Now we got spells. Each spell needs 276 notepads, 253 textbooks, 31 grimoires, and 145,100 Thou Marks. Spell 1 needs to be used in blue items, and Spell 2 needs gray. In total, that's going to cost 290,200 Thou Marks. Vil is an SSR attack unit. His max HP is 9,800, and his max attack is 7,136. Vil's attack is way above average, while his HP is below. I will say though, his HP isn't super duper far off from the all cards average. Like, it's still a noticeable chunk below, but it's not as drastic as other cards we've talked about today, and I consider that a win. His spell 1 is Zero Ray and later Zero Ray 2. His spell 2 is Water Shot 2 and later Aqua Wave 2, and his spell 3 is Leaf Shot 2. How useful is this card going to be in exams? Here's my rankings. For floor exams, I give this card a D, B for Fire, and C for Water. For skills, he's got damage boost and HP restoration. Because his spell 1 turns into one that hits twice, he has no skills on this spell. On spell 3, he starts off with a minor damage boost to caster for 1 turn. At level 5, it's modest, and at level 10, he gets a tiny HP restoration. Vil has a little Tsum as a special furniture item, like most of the cards we're talking about tonight. Unfortunately, I was unable to get this card, so I don't know the exact things Vil needs for his Tsum. I know most of it judging off of past Tsum since they all have patterns. So, I'm confident you'll need at least 16 cloth, 20 unique paint, 2 small violet crystals, 6 medium, and 12 large to build Vil's Tsum. He'll most likely need 1 or 2 more materials beyond this, and those are things I don't know about. His dual magic partner is Silver with a minor HP and power boost. His other buddies are Kate with a minor HP boost, and Kaleem who gives him minor power boost. In order to Groovy Vil, you'll need to get him to power level 40 and vignette level 3. Grooving doesn't use many Thou Marks, but it will cost 5 crown candy. As for uncapping, he'll need 0 to 12 SSR Awakening perfumes. Each uncap costs 3 perfume, so the more copies you pull, you'll be using 3 less perfume. Now we got spells. Each spell needs 351 notepads, 253 textbooks, 111 grimoires, and 380,000 Thou Marks. Spell 1 needs to be used in gray items, Spell 2 needs blue, and Spell 3 will need green items. In total, that's going to cost 954,000 Thou Marks. So, alternate units to this Vil. I'd recommend Birthday Boy Kate, Dorm Uniform Sebek, Labwear Ace, and Halloween Costume Sebek as alternative units. Like the other SSRs in this event, this Vil is super solid. He's got healing, which is great, although I'm not a huge fan that you have to build and unlock that spell 3 to get it. However, having a spell 1 that hits twice is honestly very, very rare, and very, very good. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on, like, you know, do you really want his healing, or do you want to more prioritize the spell 1? This is Vil, so, like, I love him. Immediate pull just because it's him, but, like, his spell 1 hitting twice and, like, healing and high attack are the main reasons I would consider pulling for him, in addition to him, but yeah, if you get this card, honestly, unless you're inundated with healers, I would recommend this being a card that you really kind of put some elbow grease into, but again, it just kind of depends on what your roster already is and how much items you have and that sort of thing, so those are just some things to think about. This month is honestly gonna be kind of nerve-wracking for me. I really wasn't expecting the Tsum event. So, yeah, I'm very worried about getting Malleus, honestly, especially since January has his birthday. I'm freaking out. Gonna be fully honest, I am so freaking out. I really, really hope he comes early, and I hope for you guys as well your polls go very smoothly, but yeah, I don't know, it sucks. I was gonna go for Club Leona because I don't have him on JP and I had to skip over him, but now unfortunately because of Tsumderland I have to skip him, so I'm honestly kind of mad about that, to be honest. But yeah, I hope this month is kind to you guys and your polls go well. Thank you everyone for watching, and a very special thank you to my channel members and Twitch subs. Your support helps me to continue to make these videos. If you'd like early access to my videos, consider becoming a channel member. Patrons and Ko-fi members can get my scripts early before I record them. I livestream over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see y'all later.